Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to English Football Club Barcelona, your Barcelona's channel in English. Well, yesterday I did the video it was the same video you're going to watch in this moment. Just I talked about something that I shouldn't talk, and then YouTube didn't let me post it. I realized like 5 minutes ago. I was thinking like, why? You can see the post I published in YouTube. And then I realized now, like, oh yeah, it makes sense now. I cannot talk about that. Well, anyway, let me remind you that if you like Barcelona and you don't want to miss any of our videos talking about news, pre-matches, post-matches, etc., this is your channel. Down there is a red button that you can hit to subscribe, and like this, you will not miss any of our daily videos unless YouTube block them. Okay, and without more delay, let's start. Well, the first news we had to talk yesterday, it was the renewal of Araujo and Gavi. Barcelona in this moment, next week we have an important match against Galatasaray. Later we will talk about that match deeply, not in this video, in the next video, so you know, if you don't want to miss our videos, subscribe. But we will talk about that match later. But Barcelona in this moment, they start this moment of La Liga or of the season is the moment when they want, when you don't want the players to focus on other things, okay? And I mean that Xavi and Araujo has contract until next year, and they are still thinking what's going to be the future for them. And the club, they don't want to let them focus on other things that are not football, okay? As 2 weeks ago we said, the club wants now for them to focus on the matches they have. In this moment, as we have more time, in March there are not so many matches. Well, March start to have a lot of competitions altogether, so they want them to focus on football. And to avoid that, Barcelona is going to rush to renew them by this month as soon as possible. That's what they want. But what's Barcelona going to offer? It's going to offer whatever they can. Later we will explain more in the next video again, because as I have many things to talk about today. Remember, this is yesterday's information, okay? I'm sorry, I'm talking about something that happened a long time ago. Well, anyway, the important point here is that that we are going to have wonderful players for Barcelona. I guess the most logic Barcelona is going to do is offering more or less the same salary, not much higher, and then to increase with the years. Well, we will talk about, we will see, but because that's a very hard topic. Yeah? But if they renew, probably soon we are going to have this Barcelona, an amazing team. Even though now they look young, remember that they are players very important. Nico, Gavi and Pedro in the national team, with Ansu Fati already with less than 20 years old. Ferran Torres, an important key, an important player for Luis Enrique. Balde, that his season with Xavi, his beginning was promising. Now, of course, we have more players, and Balde still needs formation, or needs to keep developing himself. But anyway, another great player. Balde, that for me, I think when he supplied Alba, more or less does the same as Alba, but still has many mistakes defensively, so we need to cover that. No, Inaki Pena, nothing to say. I mean, nothing to criticize. Inaki Pena is the best in his position in Spain. That's why in the under 23, he's the goalkeeper of the national Spanish team. Eric Garcia and Araujo, you know him, he's wonderful. Nothing to criticize about him. Sometimes some details, some mistakes, someday, but that's normal. No, sometimes you can have mistakes. Eric Garcia, that I think is the natural substitute for Piqué, because he's getting old already. He's not a young player as before now. And you need another player for that position. And I think Eric Garcia is doing a great job knowing that. And Des that lately is playing incredibly good, no? A position that Balde, that the position of Ferran Torres, that for me as a 9, Ferran Torres loses again a bit. I think I consider that he plays much better as a wing, and actually in the Spanish national team you can see it. I cannot say about Manchester City because I didn't see him in Manchester City, but in the Spanish national team I consider that he did a great job as a wing. When he plays for Barcelona as a wing, his position and his performance are quite good, but when he plays as a 9, it's not that good. Okay, so a position that could be perfectly covered by Holland, whatever. The Norwegian player is still in conversations, but Xavi yesterday took himself with Alemania, I think. I'm not sure. Don't remember. It again, it's information from yesterday. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Alemania. They went together. Opañez. I don't remember. Well, they went yesterday to Munich, where the player is recovering from an injury, to talk to him about his sportive project and the the position he's going to be, or the importance he's going to have in Xavi's team. I consider that that's a very interesting movement. Later, in the next video, we will talk about Haaland again, because there's something funny I read, and we are going to analyze deeply what Barca wants. But I think this is a very interesting movement from Barcelona and from Xavi to make him know how important he's going to be for Barcelona. No? And this is, well, anyway, you're going to see that. Koeman against Laporta. I cannot believe what that was I wanted to talk about. I actually wanted to just talk about this. But later I saw some news that they were quite interesting. For example, Gavi, renewal, Haaland, Xavi that went to Haaland. No, so I thought it's interesting. But this is shit, literally. Koeman said that he didn't have enough time as Xavi had. Excuse me. But Koeman had like 2-3 months showing, but because he said that he didn't have the same amount of time. No. Excuse me, Mr. Koeman. Xavi, the first month, it was like, but after that, the first month we are talking about from the end of November until January. In January, pay attention to this. We faced the Super Cup and the King's Cup against Real Madrid and Athletic Club. Wait for it. What happened when we played against Real Madrid in the Camp Nou in La Liga? I mean, we were, don't know how to say, it was ridiculous. It was pathetic. A pathetic play, a pathetic game for Barcelona. When we played with Xavi against Real Madrid, what a game. The intensity, the way they play, etc. Excuse me, Koeman, no? When we play against Athletic, in that moment, they were having their best players. Athletic is not a weak team, eh? Don't look at the table of La Liga, because then yes, but if you pay attention to other factors, they are a very strong team. Many years in the final rounds of the King's Cup, many years in the Super Cup. Well, many, but years in the Super Cup. It's a team with spirit of cups, of this kind of competitions. Withdrew against them, and we lost in the last minutes. But we faced them with intensity. Making Barcelona made us feel proud of having Xavi. Thing that I think no one felt when Koeman was on charge. Koeman as a gentleman, he should say that, and there are things that he said that are true. I'm not, don't misunderstand me. He said, for example, that Laporta didn't want him. True. Laporta was saying that he wanted that Koeman was his coach, etc. Because he has to say it. Okay, I cannot go to any of my parents, students, and say, no, your child is shit. I don't want him in my class. No, what I can say is just say, well, what I have to say, not what I want to say, what I have to say. And Laporta said what he had to say because it was what he had to do. Okay, I'm not sure if people may get what I'm meaning, but sometimes when you are in a kind of position, there are things you want to say but you cannot say about someone. And in this case, Laporta couldn't say that he didn't want Koeman, because then inside will provoke a kind of revolution. And now with Xavi, players, even on their free days, they come to train, some of them. When with Koeman, I never heard that. I'm not sure. Maybe it happened and nobody said it. But with Koeman, I never read that. And with Xavi, I'm reading that day by day. Players come to train. They have games. They have things that they motivated them to play, to improve their condition, their physical condition. With Koeman, the spirit of the club or of the team was like, and that was the problem. The problem is that with Koeman, and actually Memphis Depay talked about how good is having Xavi comparing with Koeman. He didn't say it like that, but you understand me. And Memphis Depay was a player that Koeman asked for. Well, Barcelona wanted him to. Okay, so no, it's not that like that, but it was a player that Koeman wanted. So it's not like that. There is a big context that explains why Koeman didn't continue. And I think if he's a gentleman, as I wanted to say, he should recognize the problems he had to manage the club. Something that he said is about Messi. Later we will talk about that because I think he's right too. But well, that later. But about this, he said many bad things about the president, things that not about the president, about the situation, but trying to say that he was not the gold one. Excuse me. I mean, if you win La Liga and the King's Cup, and now you made us be the first of the Champions League and the first of La Liga, nobody will send you away because you'd be a wonderful coach, but you aren't. And I have that perception since a long time ago, and before coming to Barcelona, the way he left Valencia, the way he left Everton, sometimes that he was fired from other teams because extra things. Koeman should be a gentleman and recognize that he was that Barcelona was too much for him to manage. But well, that's my opinion. I would like to know your opinion about Koeman, but well, I guess it's not going to be that different now from mine. Anyway, thank you for watching us, and see you in the next video that I'm going to start recording in 1 second. See you. Have a nice day.